And I wanted to touch a bit on some of the feedback we've been getting from our readers, either via letters to the editor in the paper or on our comment section online. People have been commenting very frequently about the 2 prostitution stings that you've had within the past year, one last June and one just a few weeks ago. And a lot of people don't understand the women were targeted for or charged with, you know, either soliciting prostitution, crimes against nature, massage without a license, various drug charges. But a lot of people in the community are concerned with the women are being arrested, but why are the men, Johns if you will, who are patronizing these establishments not being arrested, and what are happening to the people who are in fact running these establishments?
Those are very good questions and very good concerns, and let me explain it. There's a little thing that we have to really deal with when we're investigating anything, that's evidence. We have to gather evidence in order to be able to make a good case and charge someone with a crime. The way we gathered evidence on the females working in those establishments was to send undercover officers in, and those undercover officers were solicited. That was easy enough to make a case on them once we were able to find the right individuals to send into these establishments. It didn't always work. These people were trained to look for law enforcement and trained to do certain things to try to evade any type of law enforcement efforts in finding out the real operation behind the scenes. In order to arrest the Johns, as you call them, at these establishments, we would actually have to have a female on the inside being able to gather information from these individuals. Well, naturally, there was no way to put a female inside to be able to do that. We had no one that, number one, we could expose to what they would have to be exposed to in order to gather the evidence. As far as the owners of the establishment, we have investigated each of the individuals involved or ownership, whatever connection they have to the businesses, whether it's operator, owner, or both. And I assure you that any charge that can be made against these individuals, we certainly will put together. We are attempting to seize these businesses. We work with the county attorney's office to obtain restraining orders to prevent them from operating business as they were, and we're going to seek in court to be able or to show in court that these establishments are a nuisance and that the owners or operators knew what was taking place, and then try to seize these businesses. So it's not something that we're just going and just picking up the females and that's the end of the investigation. We are continuing to investigate everyone's role or involvement in this operation. You know, you bring up that point. Another comment I've had from people in the community was a concern of human trafficking, and we investigated everyone's involvement. We had people on the inside that we could talk with that give us information. We investigated the resident status of a lot of the females, and in no way were any of these females a victim of human trafficking. Our investigation does show, however, that they were a victim of their own greed, choosing to participate in this criminal activity for their own personal gain. And we take this type of activity very seriously. Certainly we don't want it in our communities, and we each time we go after an operation such as this, we try to investigate every angle possible to make sure that we cover all of the bases, because we certainly want to make sure when we go to court we have everything together and we have a clear picture of what actually is taking place at these operations.
Okay. And you mentioned earlier statistics as far as arrests, you know, 2,700 in 2007 up to 5,800 in 2009, very impressive statistics, but there still seems to be you know, we still hear comments from our readers, again, via either letters or just in our comment section, that there is still a crime problem, a drug problem in the county that's not being addressed. How would you respond to that?
Well, I'd love for them to report it, because so far, wherever we have a crime problem or wherever we have a drug problem, our officers have been there aggressively attacking those problems. Now, have we been able to get rid of all the crime? No, and we're not. But I assure you that our call volume is down from what it was. So that would certainly denote that we are being very effective throughout our communities as far as crime, criminal activity, deterring it. We're not just making arrests, we're out there deterring that criminal activity as well with an increase in presence and with an aggressive attitude. People know, the criminals know that we are aggressively going after them. And thus far, anyone that's been a victim of a crime, or has what they suspect is criminal activity going on in their neighborhoods, they picked up the phone, give us a call, and we have been there investigating it and aggressively going after it. So whoever these people may be, or whoever the people are in the communities that has this concern, I welcome their input, their comments, any information they have, so that we can aggressively go after it. But I can assure you that 140% increase in arrest didn't happen by accident, and it certainly didn't come from somewhere else. It came from right out off the streets in Brunswick County. And I think it clearly demonstrates that we are making a difference and making our community safer.
Very good information. We certainly thank you for your time today. Just in closing, why should people vote for you on May 4th?
Well, as I said earlier, I feel like I'm the most qualified candidate out of all of the candidates. All of the other candidates are very good people. But, you know, I've spent over 19 years of my life working as a deputy sheriff. I served from '91 until 2004 here in Brunswick County, and then for a short period of time over in Columbus County, and then back here in Brunswick County. All of it has been as a deputy sheriff. I've served as a patrol officer, warrant civil officer, an investigator, investigating everything from vandalism to a mailbox to homicides. I spent 3 years doing that. Then I've spent 12 years of my career as a drug investigator and supervising the drug unit. I also supervised a SWAT team member, and supervised a SWAT team. Been in 3 shootouts in my career, so I know what it takes to do this job. And I think I'm uniquely qualified because of my background, because of the experiences I've had throughout my career. And I assure the people of Brunswick County that we're going to use my experiences as well as the experiences of the other officers to be able to continue to serve them in a professional manner and in the manner that they come to expect over the last 23 months. And I think that the citizens of Brunswick County deserve no less.
Okay, well, thank you again, and good luck on May 4th.